Welcome to Spiritual Rockstar Podcast, where world-changing spiritual entrepreneurs come to deeply awaken the power within to bring forth their greatest purpose, to create massive awakened impact for millions of souls around the planet, while enjoying being in tune with all life and real wealth in all aspects of their lives. I'm your host, Daniel John Hanneman. Hey, everybody. Hello there. I'm grateful to be here with you. And we've got you covered during these times of deepening your connection, even through the coronavirus blues and all the energies that are pointing us deeper into our presence, deeper into our power, deeper into our greatest essence and purpose here on the planet. And today I have incredible guests I'm going to be sharing with you to help you to do just that. That includes Bernardo Moya with You EXPO, changing lives for you to become the best you. The next one is Simone from Zen Moose Capital. She's connecting people with investing for their transformational films and more. And we have also Gurr with Create Now. She's with empowering youth through arts education and mentoring. And she's doing incredible things with kids and that to empower the youth. So you definitely want to hear about that. They're all going to tell you about what it means to be a spiritual rock star for them. 3 highly successful, very successful, incredible entrepreneurs, business owners, doing incredible things that you can gain and learn from to help you to move deeper into that infinite power and take the next steps. So I'm grateful to share this with you. I so enjoy sharing these quick clip interviews with you that we have from the City Summit that we had done just a while back. And I'm sure you'll enjoy them too. So sit back, relax, let go of the fears and the concerns that may have been building up over this last week or so, and just let yourself just relax and get lost in the goodness of what wants to be shared here now in the most delightful way. Okay, enjoy. We have with you now Bernardo Moya. So we're here at the City Summit with Bernardo, right? And with the You EXPO, and I'm just so grateful to be here with you.
Thank you.
You're making a big impact with your expos that you do, and I'm just looking forward to talking with you here for a few minutes. So one of the things we're asking people here is, what does it mean to you to be a spiritual rock star? What does that bring up for you? Like, what does that mean to you?
Well, I've never thought of myself spiritual. It's only with time that I suppose, I've appreciated that obviously,
Yes.
Being spiritual is a very important part or aspect or essential part of who we are.
Right.
I think for me, it's now, really focusing on how I can personally, make sure that I have a big impact on, and I leave kind of some ideas behind, but also to provide those, just because of what I do, to provide those the opportunity or the platform for them to share their expertise too. Mm-hmm. So I'm very interested, for me, being a spiritual rock star is about connecting those thoughts, those leaders with the people that are interested in finding and seeking, looking for answers. That's what it is for me, and I'm loving kind of where it's going and how it's evolving and I'm evolving in these last few years.
Awesome. So tell us more about the big impact you're bringing into the world, how that's going, and tell us about that.
Well, it started from a place of kind of despair and darkness, having to start all over again. I was in real estate in Spain originally, which is where I'm from, and I lost my money at 26 and I lost it again at the age of 38. So always very passionate, interested in personal development, but I trained in NLP, Neuro Linguistic Programming, and that put me on a path which is where I'm on today, So I literally became a student, someone reading a book, attending a seminar like so many others, to then becoming a promoter. I had the opportunity, the chance to become a promoter, promote these guys that I was already working with. So that put me on a path which is where I'm on now, which is with my brand, The Best You, is to really present people with ideas and get them to understand and appreciate the importance of learning, because we learn very limited skills in schools, and it's all about kind of what we can learn in life as we grow. And I think what I have learned with the Best You, and that's what my brand is called, the Best You, is because not anyone wants to be average. They might be average because they're living an average life, but not everyone wants to become the best version that they can be. So I created that because I believe that we're all obliged to do so. We have a responsibility to making sure that we leave something behind. You know, the world is messed up in many different kinds of ways, and we need to raise our standards. Everyone needs to raise their standards. And we do that by learning, by growing, by evolving, by being open to learning new things. And that's what I present, that's what I bring, that's what I do at the Best You EXPO. We bring a lot of speakers, we bring 150 speakers, with all sorts of expertise. We bring 150 experts with booths and things, and then, 10, 12, 14,000 people show up. So that's how it's grown in these last 4 or 5 years, but we're just getting started.
Right, and in this business, you started like all the other ones. It's from nothing, right?
Absolutely.
You just build it all with a vision, right? Starts with a vision, more or less, and right.
And follow it through. I think a lot of people, struggle with pain and struggle with change. It's part of growing. You can't grow or evolve. You can't think of going to the gym and all of a sudden have a six-pack. It just doesn't happen. Right. You got to go and you got to sweat and you got to suffer. And sometimes you might have an injury and you might have to just, take the foot off the pedal for a couple of weeks. But then you go back. And being an entrepreneur has that. You learn that there's very dark moments and many moments when you're on your own. But that's what it is. But yeah, absolutely, you got to keep at it. And that's what it is. Because if not, at the end, what's going to happen. I use a quote that I came up with recently. My mum passed away, and I always talk about, mortality. And when I ask, what is the reality? The reality is our mortality. So if you understand and appreciate that, you should treasure every day, and you should make sure that you leave a mark on the planet, so you don't, spend those last days of your life living in regret.
Right. Well, thank you. And any last words of wisdom or advice for those that are wanting to rise up to do whatever their soul is called to bring forth into the world and taking things to their next level?
Yes, go out there and inspire people. The thing is, not everyone can become an international motivational speaker with 15,000 people in the stadium. Not anyone can, but everyone can say a kind word. Everyone can say something nice. Everyone can make, someone smile. Everyone can have a gesture of kindness, that can have a phenomenal ripple effect. Remember, your kids are watching. Your friends are watching. Everyone is watching. You might think they're not, but they are. So be an inspiration. And it doesn't matter if you're just an inspiration to your kids. That's just a fantastic job to do anyway. So go out there, go and do it, make it happen, do it now.
Awesome. Okay, well, I so appreciate your time, Bernardo, taking this time to share awesome wisdom and energy with us. Thank you so much.
My pleasure. Thank you so much. And keep up the good work. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
To meet you here at the City Summit, we're with Simone, and I just wanted to spend a brief time with you to just check in with you. We're here with Spiritual Rockstar Podcast.
I love that. I love the concept of it. Such great energy, just the name of it.
Yeah, and we wanted to ask you, we're asking the people here, what does it mean to you to be a spiritual rock star? What does that mean to you?
Well, honestly, it just felt very energized and uplifting. Obviously, having spiritual principles and guidelines. I mean, that's a personal thing. But the whole rock star mentality is just broadcasting, that energy. So yeah, it's just, to me, it's more esoteric than anything else. But I do love the name.
You love the theme, but it's a little esoteric in the sense
of
I've always. But understand it as the feeling I get right away.
Like for instance, I've always been very spiritual, and I had a very serious corporate upbringing, career. And so there were two sides of me, the spiritual side and the business side. And I was good at both, but I always kept them separate. And so I didn't really, I embraced spirituality, but it wasn't integrated into my daily life as far as, what I was doing. And at one point in my life, it just felt it was very isolating to continue doing that. And the moment I combined the two, and acknowledge that and use spiritual principles more openly in my business, and really use that. Like, this is how you do it. It's not just about your faith and your beliefs. It's like your business. If you incorporate spiritual principles, if you understand the spiritual principles operating in your business, you'll do much better. And so I did explode after that. You know, everything has taken off since then. So to hear that spiritual rock star concept to me reminds me of that. Is, you know, the combination of the two. It's your inner and outer, and the effect that has on your life. So anyway, I just want to share that.
Oh, beautiful, beautiful. Awesome. And then the next thing is, what are you up to in the world right now? What's the big world-changing difference you're making?
Well, actually, I am doing my legacy work. A few years ago, I came together with my partner. We formed a company called Zen Moves Capital. And our mission is to uplift consciousness on the planet. And we're using entertainment as a vehicle to do that, because there's nothing entertainment and media-related technologies, because there's nothing quite as scalable, you know, a message that you can take global as creating a film or a TV show, right? It's like instant, you know, virality and global awareness. And so we said, okay, if we want to be a part of uplifting consciousness and on the planet, let's use entertainment as a vehicle. But also, more importantly, we decided it's not just about creating the content, it's being in control of the content and where it goes and how fast it goes and access to distribution. And so we realized we had to become more of a bank. And so my goal has been to create this bank for transformation right now. So we're literally in the middle of building our sustainable fund for investing in entertainment-related projects. So we're currently doing that. We're not at full capacity. We are. It's very rewarding now to be able to bring money and resources to different projects and all of that. I think money is a very spiritual energy, and I believe in circulating it into its highest and best use. And there's a lot of places on the planet where it's stuck, especially in, you know, within the banking system, within you know, even we work within a restricted stock system where people who have taken their companies public, you know, they have all this abundance, but they're actually quite restricted in how they can liquidate their stock. It takes them upwards of 20 to 30 years, you know, to liquidate. So not to get into too many details, but there's a lot of places on the planet where money is stuck. And so I'm looking at liberating, like, how can we shift those systems to create more capital for project investing, for philanthropy, you know, so we can do away with those old fundraising paradigms, you know, to constantly, you know, to pit charities against each other and have to constantly fundraise. And so that's kind of my legacy, is to raise consciousness using entertainment and then back that with more funding and resources so they really succeed.
Nice, that's hitting.
Just a little hobby.
Right, a little hobby, right? Yeah, if it's fun though, right? So
we're
fun
having
and
fun.
energizing.
And I love, you know, we've taken our business acumen, you know, all our success and experience in business, and now we're applying it to the entertainment industry, which is kind of fun. So we get to play in a new playground.
And transform the entertainment industry as well.
Hopefully, love being a part of it. So.
Wow. So, given the big world-changing difference that you're about, what advice would you have for others that are wanting to do their own version of that? What advice do you have for them?
You know, I think it's really important. You know, people, I believe that all the solutions that we need for our problems are here. I think they're all around us. You have, you know, I think God, the universe, spirit, there's lots of downloads happening. And I see people really waking up to that. But I think what's really critical is not to do it alone, not to even think that you're alone. So number one, allow people to show up to help you. So it's really important to start building teams and to collaborate more with others. And also to allow resources into your life, to allow the circulation of money, especially when it comes to, because we provide funding solutions to people, and a lot of people are resistant to that. It's like, no, I'll make do without. Not really. You know, you won't. So to really start embracing the concept of allowing money to flow through your projects. And you know, it's not about accumulation, it's about circulation. And so allow people to show up and help you, allow money to flow, and don't be afraid to put it, you know, start putting it out there, take those steps, because there's so many opportunities for, you know, you just have to speak it or take that next step, and you know, the next solution and the next person, and you know, someone who could change your life will show up for you. So yeah, it's time to do it, and just stop being quiet about your stuff. You know, just start putting it out there.
Exactly. I mean, people keep getting in their head wondering, well, how is this going to happen? just take the next step that
Yeah.
you know to take. You know, I always
Yeah.
say that. It's always been my philosophy. There's a step right in front of you.
Exactly.
You know to take that one. You know, you're not stuck. You don't know. It's not that you don't know what to do.
Exactly.
Just trust the next step.
But also but there's a lot of resources, and
Yeah.
people do get
Yeah.
scared. They get
the support.
get
Get the
nervous
team,
at
yeah.
asking people for help or allowing, people of influence to come in. Who am I? Why do I deserve this? And so they don't, they have all this firepower around.
Yeah.
They have the rock stars around them.
Right.
So you got to let them in, and the money's a big deal right now. We have
Yeah.
to, especially spiritual entrepreneurs.
Yes.
They're very resistant to fundraising, to
Yes.
allow investors to come in, to take
Yeah.
on, maybe sources of capital or all that.
Yeah.
It's like they're a little resistant to that.
Right.
It's not. You're not going to be like a capitalist, whatever. It's like
right.
it's part of the whole circulation of
Right.
things. So I think
Right.
that's a big deal. That money is a really it's a big energy, and it's really time. And there's so much available capital right now, and it's
Right.
really time that we start embracing those resources, allowing those resources to show
There's so
up.
much old distrust around money.
Yes.
Like, oh, well, if you give to me, then I'm going to owe you, and then what do you want from
Yeah.
me? And then you're going to try to control me.
Yeah,
And
we
all
see that in politics.
Yeah,
a lot,
so that's
but
what people associate it with. I think that's part of it.
that's
So-
true. That's a good. That's you're right. That is.
Yeah, so
But it doesn't have to be that way.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that's what we're here is to ask the spiritual rock stars of the world to embrace another way of being that doesn't have anything to do with that.
Yeah.
The relationship with the money can be whatever you decide it's
Yeah.
going to be. So
Exactly. You can dictate terms. Nobody has to own you or
Right,
control you.
exactly.
So it's very good. Thank you.
So thank you so much, Marie. It's
Thank
so
you.
awesome, so honored to have you here today, and
Awesome.
thanks for spending a few moments. with
Have a
us.
good day.
Thank you. Okay. Much love to everyone. Oh, this is amazing. We're here at the City Summit. This is day 2, and I'm here with Jill Gurr, and I just want to spend a little time with you. We're asking the amazing people that are here, what does it mean for you to be a spiritual rock star? What does that mean for you?
Well, I believe that we choose our lives here to be of purpose, to have something that we're learning and sharing and growing from. And planet Earth is a college of highest degree. So I want to pass on what I've learned. I've had an incredible life, traveling all over the world, working on movies and adventures, and I discovered after working on a film in a terrible part of LA that Los Angeles is one of the most glamorous, expensive, beautiful cities in the world, and we have more foster children and homeless kids than anywhere in the United States, and more incarcerated youth than anywhere in the world. And these kids are in and out and have no support. And the reason we have the highest homeless population, including 6,000 young adults, 18 to 24, who have aged out, is because we don't have the resources. Not only do we have children from LA, we have kids from all over the world that come here because it's a great city and they want the entertainment industry and everything else. What Create Now does is we introduce them to the arts. LA generates over 865,000 jobs a year in the arts. Just like Detroit has the auto industry, this is ours. But there are arts everywhere in the world. Somebody was just admiring my necklace from South Africa. This is something that artisans in South Africa can make a living from. So what we do is introduce the therapeutic power of the arts to the kids that have fallen through the cracks. We call them the forgotten children. They live in detention facilities, emergency shelters, domestic violence shelters, rehab centers, and we also work in schools. So we place volunteers close to their own neighborhood. LA County has the largest county in the country. I've heard it's the size of Delaware and Rhode Island combined. So somebody who lives 2 hours away down on one side does not want to commute to work with kids. And so we're almost like a dating service. We match volunteers close to their neighborhoods. Somebody may want to work with little ones who are 3 to 5, and others may want to work with teenagers who are in rehab. Create Now provides all of the materials, the musical equipment, whatever they need. We help the volunteers to develop a curriculum. And it could be a one-time, 1-hour presentation, especially because the kids we serve are in and out of these agencies. And it's like a soup. They go from one foster family to an average foster kid has 10 to 20 placements before they turn 18. And then the government kicks them out and they're left to fend for themselves. So what we do is now we're giving them job training skills and giving them introductions to opportunities and careers. We're about to launch we are in the process of launching 2 fashion design workshops for kids who are orphaned living in large group homes. And these are going to be presented at a gala event, a global gala event from a foundation later this fall that's celebrity driven. And we're in the process of creating a fundraising benefit. I hope some of your subscribers can contribute. We're going to be putting on a fashion show benefit in June. And we are looking for all levels of sponsorships from, I think, 500 to 30,000. And we're going to have the kids, the 30 teenage foster youth who are creating these outfits, are going to get to sell them at the event and keep 100% of the proceeds. And of course, we're going to have all kinds of make your own jewelry and all kinds of fun activities taking place. So there's lots of stuff always going on. The other thing Create Now does is we bring thousands of kids every year. Just going to wait a moment for that
that's
play.
okay.
Okay, we bring thousands of kids every year to concerts and plays, Cirque du Soleil. They just gave us another 200 tickets. And we also put on arts festivals and do community mural programs that bring communities together. We're doing this on a shoestring grassroots budget, $300,000 a year. We have 2 full-time people and 1 part-time volunteer coordinator. So it is a challenge because our goal this year is to bring our programs to 4,000 more kids. Last year, even with this little grassroots team, we reached 3,300 kids. And our goal this year is 4,000 more. So every dollar helps. You know, $20 buys art supplies. You know, every dollar helps.
60 cents, right?
60 cents. Someone just gifted us
handed you
with
60
cents. And so being a spiritual rock star is finding your passion. You know, I gave up a very lucrative career in the entertainment industry, traveling around the world with Sean Connery and Gregory Peck and Jane Fonda and Julia Roberts and all of that to do this work because it gives me so much joy to know that I'm changing these kids' lives.
Wow.
Thank
So
you.
what advice would you have for our listeners that they want to change the world in whatever way they want to, the changes they'd like, the impact they'd like to make? What advice would you give to them, like to help inspire them and to help them to do the things they want to do?
Well, I inspire people to mentor because I, in fact, published a book. We were just talking about it. It's available on Amazon called Mentor Youth Now, a guidebook for transforming young lives. And it's a very thick, comprehensive book that teaches anyone, no matter who you are or where you live, that you could change a life. And most people think of mentoring as big brother, big sister. I have to commit the rest of my life to being with one kid every week. No, there's all kinds of mentoring. What we do is group mentoring, or there's team mentoring. You could bring in a few of your friends. So if you're busy and you can't make it a week, the others are there. You can have family mentoring, where your family mentors. You know, there's all kinds. And what you could do is just taking a kid to a bowling alley or on a hike can transform their lives.
Right. So just the simple things, like the simplest things, can make all the difference. And I've seen that too on my path. Of the littlest things I've done sometimes have made the biggest differences. I thought it was a little thing, it was a huge thing. So, but thank you so much. It's very wise of you. We're so grateful for your time today.
Thank you. And if anybody wants to learn more, you could visit us at createnow.org.
Right, createnow.org. Okay, thank you so much, Jill.
Thank you.
Okay. You're listening to Spiritual Rockstar Podcast. Stay tuned for our next upcoming new episodes each Wednesday and Saturday. Please be sure to subscribe, rate, and review to help us to serve you best. As a reminder, you can get your free Meditate and Make Money meditation at www.yoursacredpurpose.com to rock your sacred purpose. Goodbye for now, everybody.